Good morning. Oops, let me just get my preview open here. There we go. So you can see it doesn't really preview everything there. So we'll get the Blackboard. So we're going to go through your assignment, each question, and I will show you the corrections of it. And then what I'm going to do is for anyone that you kind of have blank there or weren't looking to understand, I'm going to give you give you a sheet with that type of question on it. So after I've kind of gone through it, you can try a similar question to it, and then we can bump up your grade that way. And that's kind of the plan for this. So I'm just going to walk through this. The ones that you did do, those ones are good. But the ones that you were missing, we're going to go through those, okay? So we'll start off with number one. You were good on both of those. It says explain the difference between a permutation and a combination. Both of those you got right. Okay, permutation has a specific order. A combination does not have a specific order. Both of those are good, so that's okay. No changes there. The second one that you have is one that we are talking about rolling two dice or die and then drawing a heart from a deck of cards. So this is one where we're using a probability. So let's go through and kind of solve that one. Okay, so the first thing you got to do whenever you have, and this goes for any two dice question on any exam, you have to have a diagram. Okay, so there's 36 spaces and 36 possible rolls. So you have to have this kind of a grid diagram. So let's just draw it here. I'm going to use straight lines to help myself out here. Okay, so let's make a little grid here that we're going to use to work with. So let's go ahead. And this is going to be our grid of possible rolls on two six-sided die. And we're going to use this. We're going to use this a few times, okay, during this assignment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm going to try to make it reasonably neat here. Okay, so this will be a reference. You might. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I should move that one over a little bit. Let's move this one in here. And this one out here. Okay, so this is 6 by 6. So this is all the possible rolls that you can get on a six-sided die. So one die we're going to put along the top, and one die we're going to put along the bottom. So if I take my marker out here, okay, and we'll just, okay, so if this is dice 1, okay, and this is dice 2, okay, I just got a ding on my phone. I'm going to check that. So I'm going to pause and I'll come back to you in a second here, okay? Okay, sorry about that. I have to go in. Okay, so this represents one dice, and this represents the other dice or die. And these are going to be the total sum on each dice. So in here, we're going to use a different color. So this is 1 and 1, 2. It's a different color. 2. This would be 2 and 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then this would be 2 and 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so forth. 3 and 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then finally 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so this is all the possibilities what you can roll. A 1 and 1 would give you a 2. A 1 and a 5 would give you a 6, or a 5 and a 1 would give you a 6. Okay, so when they ask you the question, then the first part of that question is, what is the probability of rolling a total of 8 on two 6-sided die? So where do you see 8s? So here we have an 8, 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 and here we have an 8. So that gives us the probability of rolling an 8. So the probability of rolling an 8 is going to be the favorable over the total. Okay, so favorable is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the total is 6 by 6, which if you count all these, there's 36 squares in there. So that's the probability of rolling an 8. So that's the first part. The second part says drawing a heart from a standard deck of cards. Okay, so now we don't use this diagram. Probability of drawing a heart. Okay, so a standard deck of cards has a total of 52 cards. So that's your bottom. So favorable over unfavorable, or sorry, over total. Okay, so favorable over total. How many hearts are in a deck of cards? Well, there's 13 over 52. So there's your two probabilities that you need. There's the probability of getting your 8. There's the probability of getting your heart. Now, the second part of the question says, what is the probability of rolling an 8 on this 6-sided die and then drawing a heart? So and means multiply. Okay, it says roll. So we have to multiply these two together. So probability of rolling an 8 and, so we use this symbol for and, rolling and getting a heart. So we have to multiply the two probabilities together. 5 over 36 times 13 over 52. Okay, so we get our calculator out, multiply the two top numbers together. 65. And then the two bottom numbers, 36 times 52, 1872. Okay, and then if you want, you can divide that on your calculator. You can go 65 divided by that number. And you get 0.347. A bunch of 2's after it, but we'll round it off there. Okay, so I'm going to give you another one to do here, just right on this. So, and then you work it out. We're going to use the same format, and then you can send that to me, and we'll give you a remarking. So one that's like this. Instead, I'm going to write just a few different words on it. So I want you to do this one instead. Okay, if you want to. You don't obviously you don't have to if you don't want to, but if you want to try doing this one using the same method we just did. So I'm going to say, what is the probability call this one number 1 for your redo. Number 1 redo. Okay. So let's get a capital in there. Okay, so what is the probability of rolling a 7, a sum of 7, on two 6-sided die? And meaning multiply, and drawing a face card. From a deck of 52. Okay, so I just changed the numbers for you. It's the same kind of problem. So you can still have to use this, and you have to figure out how many face cards are in a deck. So we'll do that one for a redo. Okay, so that's a redo for 2. Okay, and you can just send me that whenever. Now let's go on to the next question. So that was number 2 on the handed. Okay. So where's my cursor? There it is. Okay, so the next question that we have, you have number 3. Okay, a very similar type question. Using 2 6-sided die, what is the probability of getting a total of 9 or greater? Okay, and then a 6 on either or both die. Okay, so we have to draw that grid again. So we're going to need this again. Okay, so I'm just going to erase this part. Hopefully you got it down, or you can print it. Well, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just take this here, and we'll use this, and we'll just flip to the next page. Okay, so you have to draw this again. We'll erase these here, 8s and 9s, and we'll put them back in. Oh, that's not blue. All right, so this question, we're going to start with our grid, and it says, using 2 6-sided die, so we have to need this. So this is for A, so we're going to do A right here. But we're going to refer back to this diagram. Okay, it says a total of 9 or greater. So 9 or greater. So a total of 9 or greater. So we got to go on here. We've got to select all the ones that are 9 or greater. So these are all them. Okay, so that's our favorable, all the circled red ones. So if we go back, we want favorable over total for the probability of 9 or greater. Okay, so let's go count how many it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is equal to 10 over 36. Okay, we can reduce that down, or we can divide it out to 5 over 18, which is a decimal number. It's 2.778. 0.278. Okay, so that's the first one. Okay, a 6 on either or both die. So let's do B in a different color here. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so now we have to get rid of all these red ones. So we'll just erase those. Okay, and we'll put them back here. So this is for B now. Nine, 10, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12. Okay, so now it's telling us, or asking us, what is the probability of getting a 6 on either die or both? So a 6 on either die. So if you get a 6 on either die, it's this one. There's a 6 on this die, so it's that one. 6 on this die, that one. 6 on this die, that one, 6 on this die, or this die. Now this dice here. So getting a 6. So all these ones down here. Okay, but we don't want to count this twice. Don't count that twice. Just count it once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So for this one, we have favorable over total. Is getting a 6 on either die. That's 11 over 36. Which you can figure that one out as well. 0.305. So we'll round it off like that. Okay, so I'm going to give you a redo on that one. That one was worth 4, 2 marks each. So I'm going to change the numbers. So here's your number 2 redo. So try this one if you want to, using the same idea there, using the diagram. Okay, so redo, oops. Okay, so redo number 2. Okay, follows this question. Okay, and this one will go, what is the probability, using 2 6-sided die, what is the probability of? Okay, so I'm going to change it a little bit. I'm going to say rolling a sum of let's say 5 or less. Okay. And then B, let's say rolling doubles. Okay, so doubles on the dice. So 2 1s, 2 2s, and so forth. Okay. So that'll be a redo for 4, if you can do that. So follow the technique that we did above. Do that one. Okay. Up there. So now let's look at your number 4. What is the difference between odds for and odds against? Give an example. Okay, that one you got right. So you were 2 out of 2. So 4 was fine. Okay. 5, what is the odds in favor of each of rolling a 6 on a 6-sided die? Okay, so I'm going to go through that one as well. Again, we're going to have to use the chart. So number 5, you did probability rather than odds. So that was your mistake there. So let's go through 5, and then we'll do a redo on that one as well. So number 5. Okay, where's the mint marker? Where did you go? Where did you go? Put that down, and where did it go? I'm just going to pause and find my marker. I put it down somewhere. Okay, so you did number 4 correctly. Okay, and I will send the assignment back as well. Okay, so this is number 5. Okay, so we're going to say, what is the odds in favor? So odds in favor equals favorable to unfavorable. Okay, there's no total in here. Okay, so the first one is rolling a 6 on a 6-sided die. So a 6-sided die has 1 6. There's 1 6, and there's a total of 6 faces. So how many of the faces are not 6s? There are 5 faces that are not 6s. So this is your favorable. Okay. This is your total, which you don't need, but you need your unfavorable. How many are not 6s? There are 5. This is your unfavorable. So the odds, the odds in favor of this would be 1, 6, 2, 5 non-6s. Okay, not the 6, that's probability. Okay, remember that the total equals favorable plus unfavorable outcomes. So in this case, 6 equals 1 plus 5, but we have to write it as favorable to unfavorable. Okay, rolling even numbers on a 6-sided die. So we got to go back to our 6-sided die and see how many even numbers there are. So let's go back to page 1. Okay, and I'll just correct this part here. We don't need this circles anymore. Okay, so anytime you get a 6-sided die, you got to have this picture in your mind or drawn somewhere. Okay, so let's do even numbers. Even, 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 even. Keep on doing that until we get all the even numbers circled. And we have, okay, we want odds for. So this, we have 18 favorable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we have 18 favorable. We have 18 favorable, which is basically even. And then we have 18 unfavorable, which is odd numbers. So we have basically 18 to 18. If you reduce that, it's 1 to 1. So you got to do favorable to unfavorable. Okay, and the same thing with drawing a deck face card. You got it correct there for probability, but not for odds. Okay, you've got 12 face cards. And you got 52 cards. So that means you've got 52 minus 12 equals 40 non-face cards. So that means if we're doing odds favorable to unfavorable, you want to do favorable to unfavorable. 12 to 40, and if you reduce that, you can divide 4 into both, 3 to 10. Okay, and that's how you do that one. So that would be number 5 on this side. So let's do a redo number 3 here. That's similar to this. Okay, so let's get that a little bit smaller. Go ahead.
Is that how you do this?
Okay, so yeah, no, it's not everything's that hard. Okay, so let's do a redo on this one. So let's model it after the same problem here. So this one was worth 3 points, 1 each. You were close. I gave you some part marks, but we'll do a redo here for you if you want to do it. So let's get that down. So this is crumb. Disappeared on me. Let's get it. So one that's like number 5. So redo number 3. I believe we're on number 3. Let's take a look. Yep. All right, so redo number 3. What is wrong with this thing? There we go. Okay, so let's say, what is the odds in favor of each of the following? Okay. So let's do some similar ones to what we had above. Okay, so the first one was a six-sided die one using, or was a six-sided die. So let's say a. Okay, I'm going to use a coin. So a coin has 2 sides to it, one head, one tail. So I'm going to say flipping heads on a coin. Okay. Mind favorable and unfavorable. Okay, B was a six-sided die one. Let's say rolling a sum of 7 on 2 six-sided die. Okay, so that you're just looking at favorable ones are all the 7s, and then everything else is unfavorable. Okay, so don't forget that. And let's try a redo on card 1. Let's say drawing a heart from a deck of 52. There's 13 hearts in a deck. So that is your redo one there for number 3 redo, which is the same as like 5. Okay. And then the next one is number 6, which is a combination question. So that's why you have to use combinations in it. So I'm going to show you how to do that one next. Okay, so now we don't need that diagram with 6s anymore. So let's go on to our next one. So number 6. Okay, number 6 is a combination question. Okay. Okay, so the first part is find the probability of each of the following. Yes, we do have six-sided die for number C. Okay, and we'll do that one as well. In a 4-card hand, getting all aces. Okay, so step 1 is find all the 4-card hands you can get out of a deck of cards. Okay, so because doesn't matter what order you get the cards in, it's a combination question. So that's 52 cards dealing 4. So 52C4. Okay. 270, 725. This is all the possibilities, total. This is your total number of 4-card hands. That's going to be your bottom for probability. Okay. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, and then you got to get your top. Find the favorable. Okay, so you need all 4 aces. Well, how many ways can you get all four aces? Right? So you're picking four aces from four total aces. Okay, and order doesn't matter. So that's 4C4, which equals 1. There's only one way you can get all of the aces. So the probability of getting all aces is 1 over 270,725, which is a very small decimal number, but you can leave it like that. Okay, B, getting 2 hearts and 2 diamonds. So the bottom stays the same. Okay. Step 1 is the same, so it's the same 52C4. Step 2, you need 2 hearts from 13 and 2 diamonds from 13. Okay, so 2 hearts from 13 is 13 picking 2. And means you multiply, and you need 13 picking 2. So you got to do 13C2 times 13C2. So 13C2 gives us a number, 78. So this is 78 times 78. So that's your favorable outcomes. So 78 times 78, if we do that, 6,084. So then our probability of getting 2 diamonds and 2 hearts equals 6,084 over the total again. Okay, so that's how you do those two. That's combinations. Okay, and the other one is on a 6-sided die rolling greater than a total of 8 or doubles. So we got to go back and see. We're going to go back to that 2 dice diagram. Okay, so let's go back there. Okay, and we got to erase all the black circles that we did on the last one and have a blank one here. I'm going to have to probably be better if I just did this and just redid it there. All right, so let's just do that. Okay, so if we number it up again, dice on the side, and then our numbers in there. Okay, so basically they're asking us a total rolling greater than 8, so that's 9 or bigger, or doubles. Okay, so 9 or bigger or doubles. Greater than 8, 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 greater than 8. or doubles, Doubles would be 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4, 5 and 5, 6 and 6. We don't have to recount those twice. So now we just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Don't count those twice. So we got 14 out of 36. So for C, we had 14 favorable ones out of 36 to be 7 out of 18. If we reduce it, or if we do decimals, zero point 0.38888. Okay, so that's number 6. Okay, so let's do a redo on that one. That one was worth 6 points. So I'll type it on the bottom here. So this will be redo number 4. Okay, so something similar. Okay, so think combinations. Combos, okay, for the first two anyway. Well, I'm not even gonna give you a C part because I think you can do that. Well, maybe I should because it's out of 6. I better keep it the same. Okay, so let's say, what is the probability of each? Okay, okay, so let's do getting 4 cards and getting all aces. Let's go with 5. Let's go 5 card hand, or no, let's go 3 card hand. In a 3 card hand, getting, so the bottom is going to be taking 3 cards out of 52 for your total number of possibilities. In a 3 card hand, getting a 3 kings, or let's say king of spades, king of diamonds, king of hearts. Okay, B. Okay. In a 4 card hand, in a 3 card hand, getting 2 spades and a club, 1 club. Okay. And C, on 6-sided die, getting a sum of 5 or a sum or a 1 on, oh no, let's not do that one, that's different. A sum of 5 or an odd number, an odd total, odd numbered sum. Okay. So then, careful when you're circling that you don't count the overlapping ones twice. Okay, so that was number 6. Okay, I'm just going to pause here because I just got an email from you actually, and I'm just going to respond to that, and then I will get back to this with you. Okay, so that's redo number 4. All right, let's take a look here. Number 7. Okay, given the probability switch. Okay, that one you did right. It's all right. Okay, probability of 8. There's 2 7s on here for some reason. It should have been 8, but 7. Question number 7, 2. The tree diagram, that one you did right. So those 2 you're good on. Okay, question number 9. Okay, question number 10 you're right on. So the only other one you did wrong is number 9, and we're going to do that one. You got it part right though. Okay, that one there you were like 2 out of 3, but we'll redo it. So you only have one more redo to do. So that's good. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. So again, number 7 and question number 7, 2, 7 and 8, you did correct here. They're both correct, and I'll send you that. Question number 9, you got partially correct. You set it up nicely, and then you just made a minusing error in there, so you got like 2 out of 3. So let's do that one. Okay. Okay, so it reads, given the following events are not mutually exclusive, use a Venn diagram for the following. Probability that I study on Thursday is 40%. The probability I watch Netflix is 65%. The probability that I do at least one of the 2 activities is 85%. Okay, and find the probability that I do both activities on Thursday. Okay, so this is something that you've got partially correct here. Okay, so where's that marker again? There it is. Okay, so how you've got it set up is good. Okay, so you've got your Venn diagram set up like this, and you've got the correct number for watching. What did you call S? Was study. That's 40%. And Netflix was 65. That's good. And then you've got over here 100 minus 85, which equals 15, which is correct. So the 15 goes out here. Okay, so your setup is correct. Now, you were just kind of wondering, okay, well, how do I figure it out? So that means that 100 minus 85 is 15. So that means 85% is in these 3 areas. Okay, it's in here, here, or here. Okay, so what you do is you go 85, subtract S, which equals 45. Okay, so that if you S is 40% is all of this here circle. So that means that if you subtract it from the 85, which is everything in here, that means there's 45 left for this circle here. Okay, and you do the same thing here. You take 85 and you subtract what's in the Netflix circle, which is 65. So that's equal to 20. So that means there's 20% left for this circle. And then when you look at these two, if you go, there's 40% in this circle minus 20, there's 20% left there. There's 65% there. There's 45% there, so there's 20 left here. So then the answer that you would get is 20% chance of doing both. Okay, so that's how you do that. I would have gave you 2 out of 3 for your setup, but you just didn't finish it up. Or maybe 1.5 out of 3. I think I gave you 2 out of 3. Okay. Number 10 you did correctly, so that was number 9. Okay, I'm not even going to bother with a redo one for that because you already got 4 big redos to do, and you're getting 2 out of 3 there, so we'll leave that one there. Okay, so I'm going to send you this video, and you can do those 4 redo questions. I'll put them right on here, so what you'll see when I send it back is it'll say redo number 1 or redo number 2. Okay, so quite a long video here, but hopefully this will help you get through this part. I know that probability is confusing when you blend all of the different kinds of questions that you can get. So if we maybe just specifically look at one type, maybe you can help bump it up so that when you get to the quiz, if it doesn't go so well, at least you have something to fall back on. The next unit, which I started videoing today, I can guarantee you'll find it easier than this one. Okay, so best of luck. Let me know when you watch the video and you are working through the redo if this is working for you, if this is a good method to help you get through or at least get you to the point where you need to be, or whether you need something else. Okay, and I'm going to send this off to you. So good luck.